They just put Empower on Spectre, and she's just mid-game goes crazy in farming.
Does fine mid against the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, so does quite well against Dragon Knight. In fact, I mean, look at what TongFu wants to do. They want to push, they want to split push, and having an AoE Shockwave to defend against that is pretty good. A Blink Dagger RP is pretty excellent as well. I think what Vici Gaming want to pick up is a solo mid that, unless that's Timbersaw already, a solo mid / off lane that could give you good enough AoE to defend a push, and maybe have enough ganking power to pick off Nature's Prophet or Weaver. And I think if you want to look towards a gank, a Storm Spirit would be excellent. But if you want to look for an anti-push,
bring back Brewmaster.
Brewmaster.
I don't know if this is right. It's necessarily good. Beastmaster's not going to be too bad.
Beastmaster's actually pretty good here. Too,
Get the Aura for the attack speed will help out Spectre. Well, just the whole team in general quite a bit. It also is a natural mech buy if they want to get it, because the two supports are not going to get a fast mech. So if they want to have a fast mech for just to fight TongFu, if TongFu are going for early towers, Rubik, Visage aren't going to have it. So you need a solo mid you can get, which is Beastmaster. Just go Arcane Mech.
That's definitely a build, yeah.
Alternatively, yeah, like you say, you go for the Storm Spirit. I feel if Storm Spirit gets ganked once or twice, it's not going to be a hero that can come back at all.
Yeah, I mean, but looking at the same time, I guess Chang could be your ganker depending on what your last support pickup is. For example, if they go something like Jakiro here for TongFu, then it's not too good as a ganking squad.
Yeah. TongFu was thinking through this last pick a lot. I feel like they're just choosing between support heroes. Like, do we go CM? Do we go Jakiro? Do we go Venomancer? They go Leshrac.
Another insane pushing. Yeah, and
this reminds me of like EG drafts almost, where they would go there, Chen, Leshrac, DK, and just take all these outer towers really fast.
This reminds me of, well, I was going to say LGD International, but they definitely run a little bit more stronger ganking support than a Leshrac, but it's a similar vein in terms of basically you just want to gank, get a tower push or two, and then go back, rinse and repeat. Now, against a Spectre, which you have sort of a ticking time bomb on your head, if you will. If Spectre ever gets any farm and she finds like a double kill with a haunt, then suddenly the game gets really, really hard.
Yeah. So the last hero will be for Super in the mid lane. I don't think you can go Storm Spirit here. I just think it's too weak.
I still don't know
what a 5-man lineup.
I still don't know whether this is a Timbersaw mid or not, because one thing that we haven't really talked about is how good Chakram is.
It is
defending.
A Timbersaw mid.
Yeah. I mean, if you Chakram the creep wave, they chase after you. Yep. You pull it off the tower, and there goes your push. Well, maybe not, because now you have Chen creeps, and then Treant, and then Edic on top.
Yeah. There's still plenty of damage to bring down a tower without the Treant, without the creeps wave support. But this is, I guess, a more sort of ganking-oriented lineup coming up from Vici Gaming, single target focus, and we're going to see how they look to do things here. It is Vici Gaming. This is your loser bracket round 3. This is basically fourth place decider. Loser of this gets fourth place. Winner goes on to play in the third place decider. Vici Gaming. Going to have Super playing the Timbersaw at mid lane, ROTK on the Bounty Hunter with a Boots first build, Fenrir on Visage, FY on Rubik. They did a little coin flip and decided who was playing it, and once again it's FY on Rubik. So
generally, Fenrir plays a more difficult hero, I guess, if you want to call it. I guess maybe Visage a little bit more micro-intensive.
And 2-2 on the Spectre with a Quelling Blade, in fact.
Yeah. I think he's really confident that they're going to be securing free farm. Again, you generally don't want to go offensive trialing against a Visage, so he's very sure that that's not going to happen. Great show to make sure that this is going to be dead. So Nature's Prophet most likely is going to start on the off lane by XTT. We're going to see Zoe playing solo mid here on the Weaver, something a little bit different. He's going to be going up against Timbersaw, which, if you think about it, Dragon Knight is going to get shredded apart by Timbersaw's Whirling Death. So Moo's going to be playing the Dragon Knight up on top. We have ZSMJ playing the Chen, and last but not least, Shansheng. I really like the fact that it's Zoe mid and then Moo top, because if they, for example, had Zoe top on Dragon Knight and Moo mid, they kind of could figure it out, the ruse. Now I think right now Vici Gaming is expecting Zoe on the safe lane and then Moo mid Dragon Knight. Just
this is better for killing Bounty Hunter as well.
Yeah,
if you get it, if he goes up any last hit, DK stun, Leshrac stuns from Fog, very likely could be a kill.
Well, XTT is going to be doing this, blocking off camps, just being overall very, very annoying. Or maybe he's actually going to go for a pull. If he successfully gets off this particular pull back to his tower, that would give him a ton of experience.
Doesn't look like he will. Spectre even using mana to try and prevent this as they bring down one Treant, but there's more Treants already being summoned.
Yes,
well played.
And the other Treant, it should be blocking off one of these camps. Or is it though? No, it looks like the last hit is going to go there. But the equilibrium is perhaps a little bit messed up already, and messed up
yeah.
enough such that the next wave is going to get pushed out. 2-2 is going to get delasted under the tower because he's 2-2 and he's like
He wants to keep this other Treant alive for another 15 seconds because he summoned these such that they could block it at 1 minute, but I don't think it's going to survive, so...
Yeah, now with a great shot on top. So very, very good control here of the jungle by Vici Gaming support. No! As I say that, another wild Treant has appeared, and this one definitely is going to get the block off.
That was mana he didn't want to use because that can't block the 2-minute one now. Normally those first Treants, you can block it 30 seconds and then 1 minute. You don't have to summon until after 1 minute, so you block the 2 minutes. So he used that early, and now he's well out of mana. One clarity gets blocked. He's going to have to use another one in just a second if he I don't think he's blocking the 2-minute spawn here.
Yep. At the same time, we see that ROTK is going to turn level 2 at the top lane as well. Again, the weak jungle support of Chen not really being able to harass them away. There is Sentry Ward available, I believe. Yes, there's one on Leshrac. They drop one in the lane as well. And it looks like nice pulling here by ROTK. At the very least, going to deny this one particular melee creep.
Yep. Well, the pings coming out from Fenrir. They want to use this pull as soon as they can. As Nature's Prophet actually going to get the Treants now. So 20 seconds to get them to that pool camp. And the great race is on.
Well, I mean, does Vici Gaming actually care? Can they just dive XTT under the tower?
XCT's getting experience, though.
I mean, you could just Stifling Dagger or the Spectral Dagger, Rave Chill, just follow up, lift, and kill, right?
It's level 1. There's no soul assumption.
They need level 2 on these supports, and they will get it very, very soon.
Well, looking at the middle lane, we have got Weaver 6-4 to the 7-8-0 of Timbersaw. So Weaver with a couple more denies, but not winning the lane or actually farming all that well as of yet. Bounty Hunter still alive this top lane, which is good news considering there was sentries as well as dust on Leshrac. Leshrac had a ton of detection to try and zone Bounty Hunter out, and there's been no real actual zoning out going on.
Yeah, he's going to find himself a ton of farm under this particular tower. That's going to hit himself up to level 3 and perhaps even 4. FY, by the way, got himself in Vizrune, and they're thinking about killing XTT. XTT, waiting for the push coming, continue to methodically block those camps, but here comes the kill. I imagine first blood's going to happen on the bot lane.
Hey, can he just straight up TP out? If they lead with their telekinesis, he can just TP home.
Well, they will probably lead with the Spectral Dagger and Grave Chill.
Yeah.
But he kind of realized that FY's been missing for quite a bit, so...
He also needs... He may as well just walk to Fountain, because he's got no mana. I guess he wants the experience at his tower, if
But he's
possible.
not getting it. He's too afraid.
Yeah, if you're not getting it, you may as well go home. Get mana, and then you can teleport in with more Treants, and use the Treants to maybe scout.
XTT now to the right side. They really want to stagger on him, such that you know exactly where he's juking to or running towards to, but it's not really working out for Vici Gaming. They're tanking a ton of tower. And the fact that they're playing so aggressive and perhaps is giving it away the fact that they want the kill. Yeah, you still haven't seen FY for like the past minute now.
Yeah, he's probably reported that to Zhou, so that Zhou plays a bit cautiously at mid, although Zhou is a level 4 Timbersaw, unable to kill him even with a Rubik Telekinesis. And XTT, he walks a bit further down and he feels safe enough, maybe. At this point, the lane's pushed out. Yeah, he's TPing home. This is a smart decision. Picks up a Bassering, and I think just goes straight jungle even from here. I think you want to go
he's
summon Treants. He's sending them bottom. He's blocked the pool camp every single minute until now. He's not going to block the 4-minute one, but he's done a great job of... Look, as a result, Rubik's is level 2. Visage is level 3 just from the lane XP, but they're going to smoke up and try and bring down Zhou. And oh no, they're going bottom.
Yeah, they want XCT.
I don't think... They should know that there's a good chance XCT goes jungle right now, so they could be wasting their time, but it looks like they may just strike gold.
Yeah, they guessed it right. Perhaps XCT want to get the experience under a tower. This has been a very, very tame first 4 minutes of the game here, and I think tame game like this really favors the Radiant side, who just wants these early game levels. They want your 2 supports to hit 6. You want Timbersaw to hit 6. You want RTK to get 6 as well. So I think it's definitely favoring them. But the kill is going to happen right on the top bot lane. I think the lift could come out right now. Yeah, there's not enough time for him to survive that one. And 2-2 is going to grab himself a first blood.
I'm surprised he's still going bottom. I mean, I guess I understand he really wants to disrupt the Spectre's farm, but I see that smoke from Vici Gaming towards bottom. I'm thinking, I don't know why. At this point, normally Prophet's either doing this TP top to push, or go into the jungle and farm. Going back bottom was just the suboptimal play. So I think Vici Gaming kind of lucked out there that Prophet made a mistake.
That's a fair thing to point out. Timbersaw, by the way, back in the middle lane here, got Whirling Death being maxed out. Once he gets Chakram, he can make that rotation up top and defend the tier 2 tower, but until then, ROTK is just basically sacking this tower for a little bit more experience in gold. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to see Super just keep throwing these whirling deaths on Zhou at the middle lane and cause some problems here, but this is not just a tier 1, it's a tier 2 as well being pushed down. Mu, as a result of not being a solo hero, isn't level 6 yet, so we're not seeing that pushing Elder Dragon form just up, but even without it, they have got a decent amount of pushing power. ROTK trying to just get creeps off the tower, but...
TongFu's got to be very careful. Spectre, by the way, Spectre, once he hits haunt, he could haunt and basically kill Shansheng. Like,
I think this tower's dead though. There's level 2 edict.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No glyph.
No
and
glyph,
yeah,
yeah.
tower go down. There's no Timbersaw rotation, even though he just hit level 6. So tower goes down. Dire actually gets it, so no one getting the bonus goal. And Vici Gaming, they haven't done the similar thing at bottom lane, which is push down a fast tier 1 tower of their own. So
yeah, if you look at the gold graph here, about 2,000 gold lead just from those 2 towers. 2-2 unable to hit 6 to pick off a Leshrac that's... Oh, actually, somebody's really lagging by. It's Moo, and Super's going to find him right now. Chakram for the slow. They will have... No, there's no Timber Chain. So that's somewhat unfortunate. Timbersaw just have to back off.
yeah, this is like your solo mid-ish Timbersaw build. But as far as this early game, there's been 1 kill for Vici Gaming in the first blood, 2 towers for TongFu. To me, it looks very even. Do you feel differently?
I guess the early game goal would give, like, for example, Zhou, as well as the Dragon Eye and Prophet Midas. Like, it helps out those things, but it isn't really enough lead to really say anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, personally, maybe I would just say Vici Gaming, as far as all their lanes concerned, are doing a bit better because Bounty Hunter got everything he needed at top. Timbersaw's got everything he needed at bottom. The tri lanes worked out. For TongFu, there's one lane you can say didn't go as well as you'd hope, which is the Nature's Prophet lane, giving away the kill, and also just not really getting any sort of a Midas farm for himself in the jungle.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet TP'd himself to a set of trees and trapped himself there. But if he used Nature's Call to break himself out, he's dying. But I guess he just wants experience here.
He does have does have TP mana now after using some treats if he wants to sort of break through, but like you say, just hiding in these trees.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what he's expecting to do. TP's going to be down for another 24 seconds. I guess he's gaining experience, so...
Yeah. The other big thing to note for TongFu is they have got Chen farming around the jungle, looking to go straight for the mech. He's level 6, so Hand of God is there for TongFu should they need it. And also, this is just a lot of pushing power that'll be coming out from ZSMJ on that Chen, especially once he has a mech.
Yep. Super finds himself Arcane Boots. I imagine he should take up Timber Chain at level 7. I'll surprise me greatly if he doesn't, because he's going to be missing kills if he keeps on doing this.
Yep. Well,
No, he gets max Rolling Death. Alright.
he'll be level 8. That I guarantee you.
He will be.
You don't normally go for more than the second point in reactive armor until you've maxed all your other spells. Unless you're against like a ton of chipping, harass, and physical damage, which isn't the case so much. I mean, treants are there, but that's not really harass.
Ooh. ROTK gonna pick up the haste room right now. He's gonna get track up on Zhou.
Spectre
Hunt's gonna
ultimate.
come in as well. They really want to kill. That's
Ambitious.
and aggressive and a waste.
Yeah, that was a... Spectre had a free farm lane bottom. Immediate proper TP. And
And they
Spectre
TP's
TP's back bottom.
So he basically wasted like 400 mana and 135 gold on that trip. Not worth.
Not getting that value.
Not getting. That's the opposite of that.
They weren't even close to getting the Weaver as well, which is the big thing there.
Well,
They got the track up and thought maybe they could. Zhou's getting harassed. He's just,
time lapse.
yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
time lapse. You get rid of the track as well, so
Yeah.
combine that as well as the harass. No problem.
It feels like Vici Gaming have difficulty kind of getting kills, which they're actually completely fine with because they have the Spectre on their side.
Yeah.
Spectre's got Phase Boot and Bracer for quite a bit of time now. And
Absolutely.
delivering himself drums. He's got to finish drums.
I think that's a big thing where they just need to not feel under pressure to get kills. Even with a Bounty Hunter lineup, you don't have to get these kills. ROTK can keep doing this. He's not actually getting kills. He's just zoning Zhou out of the lane, which is fine. You're creating space for Spectre. The big sort of, I guess, deciding point of this game is going to come maybe in 5 to minutes time where TongFu decide, we've got mech, we've got DK ultimate, Prophet maybe is just Midas treads, you've got Leshrac Edict, let's start pushing down towers one by one.
And how many will they
And
push?
how do Vici Gaming deal with that, or do they just go for trades?
I think they definitely can go for trades, or go for random pickoffs, or just have Chakram to slow it down. Meanwhile, you see RTK ending main jungle, not doing too much in terms of getting kills, but definitely tracking on multiple targets. Shansheng, for example, is tracked up here.
Yep.
I really like the fact that he's gone for a bottle build for this particular playstyle. If you just want to kind of be annoying and track people in the enemy jungle, this is the build that you go for.
I remember we were talking about the Sanjanyasha DK build. It was TongFu's Hao who used to do it when he played a safe lane farming DK. And this is a safe lane farming DK in a push strat. I remember TongFu that do the Chen DK draft and Hao would go treads, drums, Sanjanyasha. And this is maybe exactly what we see out of Mu. Maybe not going to... I think he's actually completed his drums. He spent some gold. Nope, he's going BKB.
Okay.
Or he's going Sanjanyasha. Ogre Club goes into Sanjanyasha.
It does.
Do you need
although
BKB? Oh, they kind of do. Rubik, Visage.
Timbersaw.
I want to see Sanjanyasha. I believe in this build on DK.
As much as like that build, I don't think this is for this game. Yeah. Moo's gonna be just pushing and farming slowly. Again, there's just no response
These-
for either team. Just no rush 15.
Wow.
Both teams.
This
said.
is TongFu's first like move of the game. It feels like they've got Chen, 3 creeps with Leshrac heading towards the bottom lane. They're even going to smoke up. So this is, I guess, the first play. They'll look for towers. I mean, taking the 2 top towers was kind of a move, but that was like there was no response to it, nor was there ever really going to be.
Well, TongFu supports standing up in front of a Sentry Ward that they place. Or is that Radiant Sentry
Yeah,
Ward?
Radiant team plays.
The
I
Radiant team.
don't know if they actually got vision of the smoked up heroes though, because there wasn't any actual vision around the Sentry Ward.
Well, 2-2's playing very, very safe.
Yep.
A couple
Proper
of TPs.
TP. 2-2 does have the Haunt to get out of there, so he can go to mid lane where there's a Weaver. So he can survive this if he doesn't get chain stun. Treant's going to just scout him out. Really nice micro from Prophet. Nope,
What? He's
doesn't
gonna-
see him. I mean, he had a good intentions, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. But they're
I
gonna get a
still
tier
like
1
that.
tower.
Yeah.
There's no trade cipher anywhere. Vici Gaming's not looking to
Spectral
push.
Dagger out. I think he may have got spotted by the
Radiant's
tornado.
bottom tower
Yeah,
has
I mean,
fallen.
for the last minute, Vici Gaming hasn't done a single thing in terms of farm or anything. I
They've
think that's,
been Bounty's been annoying.
but that's not really productive in
Yep.
terms of getting level off farm. Yeah, I think Vici Gaming has really fallen behind in the
Yep.
last couple of minutes, and you can see the goal graph is now a 5,000 goal lead.
Yeah, TongFu. This is 1 kill in 11, 12 minutes. Much more slow. This is kind of what we expected in a best of 1 between these two teams fighting for a spot in the top 3 of the SinaCup. And Moo, oh, this is the play. He's gone in. He's found a Sun Super. Chain Stun will be there with a Leshrac. They needed the telekinesis to Sun Sansheng. It's not going to come. The Timber
Oh,
Chain.
misses! That's gonna be a kill.
Yeah.
Rare mistake here by
I think even
Super.
should that Timber Chain land, it would be a kill regardless. It was just level 1, so
Wow.
it was never going to go
a
far.
buyback comes in right now. Sentry and as well as Dust being dropped down for
They'll bring down
RTK.
Chain Creeps here. Bit of a missed micro from ZSMJ, leaving them a bit too long there. But even so,
Radiant's middle tower
a cheap
is
buyback.
under
That
attack.
buyback at this point in the game only cost him 400 gold. So if
It's
they
not
can stop,
much.
if they can stop the push, it's denying your opponent's gold and momentum. So I think it could be worth it. It's
ROTK coming from the back line, trying to get a couple track, but he's basically surrounded by Sentry Ward, but still doing a very good job dodging the spot. Hannah guy comes out right now, tier 2 tower, gonna get Steve down. And let's see how much ROTK could do.
Radiant's
He gets
bottom tower has
needs to
fallen.
not get Grave Chilled or anything here.
Grave Chore, Ensnared, or anything. They have another Dust available.
He's made his way out of there as fast as possible. So smart play from ROTK. Sort of flirting the lines of danger there. Gets 1 track off before realizing he needs to just...
And here comes the
Be
tier
a
2.
bit more careful.
Tier 2 siege. Oh, looks like Lestrak gonna get lifted. Han's gonna come in and do a ton of damage. Zoe focusing and dropping quite low. He wants Finra. Finra got another soul assumption. Drop it before he dies. Finra's gonna drop it on Chen instead. 1-for-1 trade. Chen's gonna drop his ultimate, but he's gonna get picked off as well. Another buyback coming in from Vici Gaming. 2-2's dropping low. Does he? Ooh, he's got the Midas. He's gone for. Sorry. For a second, I thought 2-2's gone for the Midas, but that was a profit. FY is on the run, but he's only
Joe
level
is
5. No
chasing.
Sakuchi just yet. Yep, that's gonna be. That's an ultra kill.
Radiant's middle
All
tower
these
is
kills
under
just getting
attack.
picked up one by one. The buyback from Rubik, he dies twice as
Yep.
well.
He's lost all.
And
Could have had Arcane Boot.
the chase worked out perfectly because they end up at mid lane where there's a tower to be taken. So it's like, sweet, we'll kill you twice, and hey, there's this tower here just waiting to be taken. So only 1 tier 2 tower remaining. I imagine before they even go for it, they're going to go in for Roshan. Yep, they're already positioning around.
Again, I'm not really sure why they took that team fight for Vici Gaming. They lost your tier 2 tower, and then they decided to take a team fight, whereas they could have perhaps Glyph and took a team fight with Hunt instantly, and then went from there. So 2 buybacks spent, tier 2 bot and tier 1 mid both went.
He hasn't got enough damage, so... And Timbersaw has to be there stalling the pushes.
Yes,
so you need
yes.
Timbersaw stalling the pushes. You needed an anti-mage. If you have an anti-mage, he's pushing lanes. But your actual carry hero and your offlaner aren't good counter pushes, and I think that's the big weakness with this Vici Gaming lineup.
Yeah, they push too slow as heroes damage-wise go. They're not really mobile. They're not really got good counter push. Guys, aside from Chakram, we saw Super trying to defend the tier 2 tower. Just got DK stunned and he got picked off. So
Yeah. Where's the anti-mage? If this is an anti-mage, I think they're in a much better position right now.
I mean, I don't think Anti-Mage would have Battle Fury finish. Well, maybe he would
Yes,
have.
safe lane free farm.
Safe lane free farm. Yeah, he's
Why
got
not?
it. He's got the first blood kill as well. So I don't know. Vici Gaming definitely not looking pretty good here so far. Point booster, that's gonna get picked up by Timbersaw. So, well, that's some real HP. And here comes the defense.
Yeah, this is... They can stall for a long, long time, but the BKB on Dragon Knight, he's just going to pop the ultimate form, start chipping away. Zhou can do the same thing with an Aegis ultimate orb on himself. We'll be building towards that Lincoln's, and there's just... Most of these heroes... Sure, Visage and Rubik are fantastic supports, but they're not really able to offer a whole lot in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, well, here comes the sun here on RTK. He's invised up, but there's no detection. Nothing just yet. Swarm's gonna hit on FY. FY's dropping low. Look at that Wrath of Nature and a couple more hits. Joe is hitting so hard with that double damage right now, tier 2. That's gonna be dead as well.
Yeah, they may just keep on pushing here. They've still got the Aegis and double damage room on Joe, so they can at least do some damage to the tier 3 tower, and Chakram is the only thing really to stall this. There's no glyph, there's less Shrek Edict, Chen creeps to help tank, Chen has a mech still as well as Hand of God, he pops a mech, and this is Rax's. 6 minutes in the game, this is a TongFu perfectly executed and well thought out draft.
Yeah, Super is trying to survive, but these Shen creeps, these 5, but that's going to be 1 kill. We have a drums coming in from TongFu, really want to kill on Shanshun, but he just pops Hand of God. There's mech being activated as well, and in fact, it's Vici Gaming support heroes that are dying. RTK gets 1 kill. I think that's his first track kill of the game. XTT's going to die as well. Yes, nicely played. Good defense, but TongFu now getting focused down by 2 or 3 hero. Here comes RTK tracking people up, but TongFu's dead. RTK is trying to run any ensnare. No ensnare just yet, but they say, hey, everybody's dead. Let's just go for the racks.
Yeah, and Lestrak is making his way back down the middle lane. He's brought back. He wants to come get that Edict onto the racks, bring it down as fast as possible. And here's banned on this creep wave. There's a stun, a follow-up split earth, and this is the death of a Spectre who just brought back. Probably the death of Vici Gaming. I think we see a GG now. This was just such a crisp performance from TongFu.
Well,
It's just been fantastic. Vici Gaming is still trying to fight back here. They're going to try chase down Mu here. He hasn't got a BKB. If Super can get him, it'd be a fantastic little pickup here. Mu stun. No mana for a TP just yet. Get Intel Treads and TP. I guess he's tracked up, so he can't do that.
yeah.
Not with the track on.
He's eventually going to die, but he's bought such a long time that Joe, by the way, on the milling was able to get a couple more kills. Got a little bit of
Dire team lost their career as well. It's something very kind of small that happened, but it's a decent chunk of gold for the Radiant team. I think it was also bringing an item out.
It definitely wasn't small for Vici Gaming. They
Yeah.
need every bit of gold they can get. And I mean, critically, they defended the Raxus. It was pretty ugly, and I'm pretty sure TongFu could do the exact same push in about 30 seconds or so once Dragon Knight is ready and go. So I feel like that's Vici Gaming is still in a very, very bad position. I mean, Super, he's buying item, but his item doesn't really make his hero more useful in terms of defending a push. Like Chakram will always still be a Chakram. RTK is going to be irrelevant in terms of defending a push. They need to push out and find kills, which is exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, they're gonna try find the kills away from your base. So even if it backfires, then you're not gonna immediately lose Raxes. And DK Mu coming in towards the mid lane. This could be the target they want to go for here. RTK could track things up. Problem is there's supports immediately behind him, and tanky supports at that.
Lift off him back, but he's got the BKB. Spirit's gonna miss, and Mu decides to fight his way out of this. I'm not sure whether he can, but he's still so tanky. Here comes the Pulse Nova damage. Well, looks like 1 kill is gonna go towards the Radiant side. 1-for-1 trade so far here. Mu dropping low here. 2-2 trying to desolate his way for a win. Yeah, Super double kill here so far. Pretty well played, but Timbersaw is gonna get picked off. XTT's dead as well. Still a very even trade. 2-2 is gonna try to TP out, but Joe is just right there. Triple kill for Joe.
Too strong.
Too strong indeed.
Well, Mr. Zhou, level 16 with a Lincoln Sphere at 18 minutes as well as treads and 2.7k gold. This is, like, he's almost got enough for a Desolator as well. Just 1,500 gold away from a Desolator, and this will be like a 20-21 minute Lincoln's Deso Weaver. That's impressive.
Yeah, well... Deso's what, 41-ish?
Yep, 41.
Yeah, so he's like halfway there. I think once the Deso, they get the Deso, they could just push. What does
Yes.
Vici Gaming look for a comeback? Are they just farming a Rayleigh?
Maybe they wait for the next Roshan if they want to be
Radiant's top
safe,
tower
but
is
at
under
most with a Roshan before they push, this game maybe lasts another 6 or 7 minutes if TongFu execute, which until that was a very scrappy fight at mid lane, which was kind of what Vici Gaming wanted and needed when you've got a Timbersaw, Bounty Hunter, and you've got Soul Assumptions flying around and the Spectre with his Spectral Dagger and Haunt ability. That's what Vici Gaming sort of played around. So if TongFu execute and sort of avoid those kind of engagements and just stay as their 5-man unit, this Deathball army, they'll end the game with the next Aegis push.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, do you want to give Spectre another time to farm his Relic? Because he's 2,400 gold. He's been dying a couple times, 3, 3, and 5. But it can be done. For example, all they really need is for Spectre to hunt into a track kill, and suddenly he's getting himself a ton of bonus.
Yeah, I don't see him getting Radiance before at least Aegis happens, or before the Roshan fight, if there is a fight over it. But maybe he'll have a Relic, and if there is some track kills, and that's where Vici Gaming right now, if they say, hey, look, Roshan's respawning then, we want to have Radiance at least for when they're pushing, let's go get some smoke track kills now, let's try and make something happen. And there's some potential targets for them, especially like this Nature's Prophet, who's often going to be off on his own.
Yeah, he doesn't even have like a Shadow Blade or Force Staff completed. Seems like he's actually going for a Necrobook.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting build coming out
All
from
in
XCP.
push. And they're not even waiting for Aegis. I think they're confident that they can maybe get this mid-Raxus just with a well-executed team fight.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. D-Ward a little bit And Mu not popping his Dragon Form, but soon he will. There you go.
Dire's top
Yep,
tower
he'll be on the
is
front lines.
under attack.
Weaver with him. You can just attack away on these Raxes, and Gem gets bored as well. I like this Gem pickup. You can get rid of all these sentries, which are being used to scout him out, and also just makes it so much safer when dealing with it. Shikuchi still, as well as the Bounty Hunter coming in, and there's just very little to stop this push. A nice telekinesis. Actually, stuns 3 or 4 heroes. Hand of God just being popped for security, and Super brought down. No Timber Sword, no defense. He's going to buy back to make sure that he can try and defend, but the Raxes already lost. Vici Gaming maybe going to try and chase here, but that's going to be a risky call. Timbersaw goes in, done a ton of AoE damage as a Spectre. Spectre now in the middle of things. He's got 3.4k gold, doesn't want to lose too much. DK, Chen, they both go down. Chen's already used all his heals, and Vici Gaming, despite losing a Rax, they're sort of fighting back here, but have they got an answer to Zhou? Zhou with a double damage on Weaver has picked himself up a kill, a beyond godlike streak on him, and he's just going to go for the Raxes here. 4 heroes dead for Vici Gaming, only Rubik left standing. And it was an okay defense mounted by Vici Gaming. They have an answer to almost everything, just not Zhou.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was getting ultra kill earlier, a triple kill, and then another triple kill here. He's gotten way too much. He's got the Desolator finished. It's being delivered right now, and I just don't see Vici Gaming having the same items and, more importantly, same levels to deal with this.
Yep. Well, FY is going to do his bit. We haven't seen the FY magic on Rubik this game. Haven't seen what Super needed to do on the Timbersaw this game as well. And RO2K, he hasn't played a bad game by any means, but he's just hasn't found a single opening as Bounty Hunter.
I mean, at a game like this, it doesn't matter almost where you steal a couple spells and throw at them. They're just so far ahead in terms of item. And if you look at the gold graph, it says 15,000 goalie. Yeah, that generally
Yikes.
never happens.
Well, one of these two teams is looking a lot better to go into that loser bracket final tomorrow, where they verse the loser of IG and LGD. This is kind of cool just to see where these Chinese teams will rank themselves moving on forward. I remember you asked. I put Vici Gaming fairly high. I thought they were number 2 after IG. They actually lost to IG, and I said, look, they lost to IG, but I think they're better than TongFu and LGD maybe. But right now in this best of 1, the draft and just general team play coming out from Vici Gaming has not been up to the power of TongFu.
Yeah, TongFu not letting up the pressure. They're farming. They're going to be grouping and pushing as 5. Zhou yesterday had a 0-12-12 game or something like that on Spirit Breaker. This time playing a hero that perhaps is a little bit more confident with. 11-0-9 beyond Gala, getting multiple kills in these team fights.
The one reason I somewhat doubted TongFu and had questions about whether they were strong or not now is because of ZSMJ. I think he was just like a bit past his time, but he's to me, he's the most
the
impressive
best player on their team right now.
I wouldn't go if I could say best player, but he's been the most impressive based on my expectations. Like, he's exceeded my expectations the most. I'd say Mu is still playing amazingly. Like, Mu's, to me, maybe their best player, but that's what I expect. I know Mu is a fantastic solo mid player, like one of the best there is, and here he is even on a safe lane farmer, but ZSMJ has just been incredible, considering I think his past performances. On carry, he was a bit underwhelming. Support for Vici Gaming, he did okay, but he's playing really well with TongFu.
Yeah, perhaps supporting, I guess, players that you could trust and rely on a lot. Zoe as well as Mu are people that you definitely want to do support. I know Tron said something about it, but forget that guy.
Yep, well, I've got new faith in this TongFu lineup.
Yeah.
I remember thinking they were the one team that kind of got hard done by in the Chinese reshuffle. They were the one of the few teams who I felt got weaker, but not anymore. I take that back.
Regeneration.
Item checking wise, we do have 2-2 finishing that relic. I don't know, TongFu, we're kind of casting as if Vici Gaming have no chance at this game, but once Radiant's up and they do repel the next push, the game could get tossed up in the air.
Yes. I agree. If ROTK can get a BKB so we can actually go in and engage. Not just engage, but get a couple tracks off. Not because the big worry, the thing that's preventing all these Radiant heroes from running in to engage is DK stun. DK stun is basically a spammable roar. It is so strong in that range form, and it's deadly against if Timbersaw or Bounty Hunter gets caught by it in the front lines, they die because there's a less track follow-up stun, there's physical damage from Weaver as well as Nature's Prophet, and there's no way they can stand up against it. That's where having a BK, you get BKB even if the only stun and nuke on your opponent's team is a DK stun, you still need a BKB.
Just to block it. It's just so annoying for you to deal with. Here comes Chakram to slow down this push, but Mood doesn't care. It looks like we do have a stolen Dragon Form. Yep, it is a Dragon Form, and Finrar going to get focused. He doesn't have a Force or Gold Scepter. Splitup's going to miss as a result, and Finrar's going to be okay for now. Kuba being drawn back here, but Tower not being protected by anybody. Ooh, in fact, it was Weaver that came in and got killed. Joe dropping low, gonna time left back. Here comes the Han, but how much is Han really gonna do? That's one more kill. Bounty Hunter's buying back, but Super as well as FY being zoned back in. There's gonna be tier 3 going down the back line here. Tier 3 racks being focused well. In fact, they're gonna all move to the north and gonna be focusing on 2-2, 2-2. He can't die here. He does. There goes goes the Radiance.
No Radiance Gold, no buyback, nothing left for Vici Gaming. They've got the Timbersaw maybe trying to defend, but he's stunned up by Moo in the background. Moo going to get lifted up, and he can actually keep Super alive. Joe with a Gemini attack. What a player. Beyond God. Like, he is 14-0-9. Not just, I mean, incredible score on play, but he's been involved in 23 of these 27 kills.
Who has been?
Joe. Weaver.
Yeah.
It's like he's played really well and gotten all these kills, but he's coming to every single fight.
Actually, Weaver of late has been doing that quite a bit. We shared Jovic doing that the other day. We saw How on his one road carry Weaver doing a similar thing. So it feels like Weaver, if you want to be successful, kind of move around with your team, get kills, because when your teams drop their nukes, they can't really tower dive as effectively as Weaver can.
At what point do you feel this Vici Gaming draft went wrong? Because I feel like this was mostly a drafting loss for them, and they started off with the Rubik Visage pick, which I think is fine, but then something happened. That
I think the Bounty Hunter pick really didn't do much.
Yeah.
You saw him during the mid game; he was basically walking around tracking people up. But once the push came, they had Chakram, which was okay, but they didn't have enough for the Prophet and Chen, and I guess TongFu just methodically pushed down one tower after another. And then once you have pushed down 3 or 4 tower above your enemy, you just have way too much go for them to stop. So
if they got like the puck for Super and just had ROT cannon offlane Timber,
sure,
so I think they
that's
would have
fine.
had a lot more firepower and a lot more
Puck
options.
was banned out though, so you have to had some